Hey peeps, we are back. We're talking the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 4, Episode 14. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. All right, so before we get into the show, Vulture magazine listed its top-ranking best new housewives of 2023. Now, of course, a lot of the new housewives from the rebooted RHONY made the list, but I don't watch RHONY, so they didn't matter to me. So I'm going to start at the bottom. Nneka, who is from the Real Housewives of Potomac, came in the 14th position. And it says, I'm sorry, but Nneka is a flop. She showed up with her sights targeted on fellow Nigerian Wendy Osefo. But the only drama she has is some nonsense about her sisters, cousins, best friends, mama, saying that Wendy's sister-in-law is a bitch and that her mother is casting spells on them. It's more convoluted than trying to do a Rubik's Cube while watching Interception. Try less hard, Nneka. Way less hard. OMG. I could not have said that better. Coming in 12th place was Jennifer from the Real Housewives of the OC. And it says, it's hard to judge Jen because most of her storyline wasn't even about her. It was about her player boyfriend, Ryan, who does not seem like a good match for her. Instead of tussling with the rest of the cast, she just sat there taking Tamara's barbs, barely even fighting back. I was hoping for more, but at this point, the OC is so screwed, I don't think one newbie is going to save it. Now, honey, listen. I like Jen. I thought that she was a great addition. However, I have to agree with, this comment. She needs to stick up for herself more next season and dump the guy. Is the show screwed? I think if Heather Dubrow leaves, it's screwed. Coming in at 11 was Angie Katsamavis from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake. I told you guys that I would not read any of the Housewives books. Let me just tell you, I went ahead and read Bad Mormon. I had to do it. And I'm glad that I did. I feel like I understand Heather a little more. One thing that I did learn is that Angie Harrington, since day one, Angie Harrington has known all of these ladies and all of production since day one, and she still did not become a full-fledged housewife. I do feel sorry for Angie Harrington, and I would like them to give Angie a shot. I'm just saying, bring Angie on. Anyway, they said that this is Angie K's second season, but her first as a full-fledged housewife. I didn't like her last season. I don't like her now. She's the only Angie left standing. All Skank Tofia Jones gives us is literally overly dramatic drama, intergalactic outfits. Lord, I thought the same thing. And reminders that she's Greek. While she's chilled out a little bit the second half of the season, she's still dressed like Judy Jetson on her way to prom just so she can glare at her husband in a fast casual restaurant in a strip mall. Okay, this guy is lethal, but I'm enjoying this so far. I think that he really has Angie down pat. Moving on. Number 9 was Danielle from New Jersey. I like Danielle from New Jersey. I have to say, before I read his comments, I did not appreciate it. I didn't agree with his comments at all. He said, Danielle places behind fellow newbie Rachel. I hated Rachel. Would be even sadder if Friends of were included in this list because she'd be behind Jennifer Fessler too. I did not like Jennifer Fessler. That's just my opinion, just like this is this guy's opinion. Anyway, it continues. It's not that Danielle was bad per se, just a little bit annoying and so far up Teresa's ass she couldn't whisper a secret in Jennifer Aydin's ear. Okay. Also, we could have used a full explanation as to why she and her brother are not talking. But once she figured out at the reunion that both Jen and Teresa played her in their tug-of-war against Team Melissa, I started to see potential in the Garden State's new blonde. Listen. Teresa and Jen did use her, and I hope that she sticks up for herself a little more this coming season. I don't think that she should have to tell her story about her brother, but you are a full-fledged housewife, and all the other housewives have to tell all of their crap. So I don't think it would be fair if we just said you don't have to tell us anything. I'm just saying you brought the storyline onto the show. You have to divulge. That's just my opinion. But I do like Danielle, and I really like her family. Coming in at 7 is Anne-Marie. I don't like Anne-Marie. I do not like Anne-Marie. Anyway, Anne-Marie is the newest housewife on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I do like her more than Diane, but I don't like her. Anyway, he says, as of press time, Anne-Marie has only been in 2 episodes so far. Due to the Eileen Davison Accords that require that we wait 5 episodes before formally judging a housewife, we're leaving her right where she is in a neutral position. We reserve the right to retroactively change this ranking in January. Yeah, put her all the way down to 14. Coming in at 5 is Rachel Fuda. I have no idea how the hell Rachel Fuda made number 5. Anyway, he says, I can't quite explain it, but I just love Rachel. Maybe it's because she's so gorgeous with a little button nose. Maybe it's because she loves her stepson so much she adopted him as her own. Maybe it's because she chose the right side of history, aka Team Melissa, when she joined the show. I'm not sure what it is. She sure got it. Okay, so this person is obviously up Melissa's ass so far that he can't whisper to Dolores. Anyway, Rachel Fuda, girl, bye. Moving on. Number 1, Monica, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Okay, did we not know this? Did anybody not know that Monica would be number 1? Okay, so here's what he said. She showed up as Jennifer Shaw's former assistant who testifies against her and followed that up with getting thrown out of the Mormon church for having an affair with her brother-in-law. That was so weird. It would seem that Monica is absolutely crazy, and she is, but she's also almost always right and shockingly kind in the efforts to make sure that Meredith and Mary always have a friend. She immediately clocked Lisa for being out of touch for losing her $60,000 ring and has kept her bothered ever since. While it may seem similar, this is different than Aaron and Sa coming for Jessel. I'm assuming these are the housewives from New York. I don't know. They could be from Miami. I don't watch either of those. Anyway, Monica as a newbie is the least wealthiest of the cast and is an underdog. And Lisa has been shouting down these women for years, never taking accountability for her actions. The rest of the cast has given up on getting into it with her. After meeting Monica's monster of a mother, it's clear that she's used to fighting and not afraid to do it. And it's therefore the much needed check to Lisa's Wendy's loving ID. I can't wait to see if her lawsuit against Heather is a big reveal at the second half of the season. I absolutely do think that lawsuit is going to be the big reveal for the second half of the season, but we'll just have to wait and see. I think this list was pretty good. Like I said, the rest of the people on the list you can see here, I don't really know them because I don't watch Miami or New York, but they definitely got Monica right. I don't agree with where Rachel Fuda lands, and I don't agree where Anne-Marie lands, but I also don't agree where Danielle lands. But anyway, moving on. So let's get into the show. The ladies are still in Bermuda. It's day 2 of the trip. Meredith is still without a bathtub or a view, and they made sure that we knew it. Heather and the rest of the girls are excited. It's Monica's birthday. They want to celebrate Monica. She is queen of the day. They are putting up balloons. You know, it looked a little 7-year-old, with the party favors and carrying on, but it was really sweet and cute. It really was. So they're standing out there talking about the night before. Heather is very pissed off, still very angry at the way that Whitney told her to shut the F up, on this trip. But while they're out there talking crap, Meredith makes some kind of comment that she doesn't think that anybody should ever talk to somebody that way. Angie is looking at her with the eyes that could kill. Girl, please, do you know how many times that all of you have talked to each other that way? It's just ridiculous. I think it's perfectly fine for you to be quiet at this moment. So while they're out there talking about Whitney's behavior, Whitney walks in on the conversation, and it was pretty awkward. You could tell that she knew exactly what they were talking about when they walked out there. She quickly apologized to Heather for the way that she's talked to her. And then, Heather gives her a little pat on the back, and she says, well, that wasn't a real hug. Then Heather gives her a real hug, but I wouldn't have given her a real hug, and I would not have let her off easy. you gonna hear me. Okay, first of all, I'm grown. Don't you ever in your life approach me like that. Don't you ever tell me to shut the F up. Don't say because you needed to or because you could or all that other shit. Save it. If you ever disrespect me like that again, there will be problems. And it's possibly there could be violence. I don't play that. That was just absolutely rude for no reason. Whitney acts like a baby sometimes. Anyway, I thought it was absolutely hilarious when they were out there using that manual air pump to pump up the balloons. And Heather says, you should know this action. And Lisa said, yeah, this is how I get my jazz tickets. I said, well, at least she's not crying this time. She's laughing about the jazz tickets. We have seen less crying from Lisa Barlow this season. I'm thankful for that. Monica was so excited. She broke down crying. She said that she is so happy. She has never had a birthday like that before, and she really appreciates that all of the girls had got together to decorate and make her birthday special. She was also on cloud nine about meeting up with her family that she hasn't seen in over 30 years. Then we find out that her mother never showed up for her appointment for therapy. Now, she showed up over there in her damn pajamas, giving back the car just for camera time, in my opinion. I think her mom just wants to be on TV. Shows up over there, we should just go to therapy. I know that we've had problems, but we can work this out. And her mom just does not show up. I said, that's a bunch of bullshit. Then, on top of all that, her mom tried to infringe on this trip. I would have told her, girl, bye. Hell no, if you can't make it to your appointment for our therapy session, you sure as hell can't make it down to the airport, and you sure as hell cannot enjoy these views at this house. No, ma'am. Anyway, she told her mom no, she couldn't come. And I think that was the best thing to do. Hell no, Linda. You are not bringing your crazy ass on this trip. She has decided that there's going to be a theme to her birthday. They're all going to dress up like pirates. Lisa does not like themes. She does not want to dress up like a pirate. She said her version of a pirate is wearing hoop earrings and a nice gold belt. And she meant that. Heather says, so what I'm hearing is you're going to wear hoop earrings, nothing else, and some nipple covers. Whitney has had such a good effect on you. And that was hilarious. Lisa didn't think so. And I don't think Whitney did either. Then all of a sudden, weird shit happens, okay? Monica sends a text message to Lisa asking her to come out and talk to her on the balcony. Then all of a sudden, she asks Lisa to go with her to meet her family. I said, well, what? You and Lisa have been fighting all season. And now all of a sudden, Lisa Barlow should be the person that goes with you to meet your family that you haven't seen in 30 years? Did anybody else think that was odd? I thought it was odd. Lisa would probably be the last person that I would ask. I think out of all those people, I probably would have asked Heather or maybe even Whitney. Whitney is a really emotional person, and I think that she's also very friendly, and that probably would have worked better. Then she lets Lisa know about the DMs and her and Meredith talking about Angie and her husband's tax liens and the debts.
Instagram about Angie and literal, legal docs of her claiming bankruptcy, Sean claiming bankruptcy. They owe $170,000 to the IRS.
It's ironic that she's having this conversation with you and then all of a sudden you're getting documents to back it up. This is what happened before with me. She did that last year. It was the same thing with my SEC filing. I was sent a random DM with this SEC filing. I honestly feel like Meredith is setting you up,
Setting me up?
yeah, to do her dirty work. She hates Angie. So instead of carrying out the threat, you keep your hands clean and send it anonymously to somebody else and let them do it.
Lisa loses her shit because she says that sounds exactly like last year when Meredith said somebody DM'd her with my SEC situation. And it does sound the same. Now, normally I don't agree with Lisa, but I'm Team Lisa on this one. I really do like Meredith. I think Meredith is awesome. But if Jen Shaw is not sending out DMs from prison, I'm thinking that this is definitely Meredith doing this. This just seems odd to me. And it's not a good look at all. I do not think that Angie is in the Greek mafia. No, ma'am. But this storyline is taking a weird turn. So then they get on the Sprinter van and Heather is talking about her daughter living her best life. She says she's out in California. She's on the beach with her beautiful blonde hair, her Mercedes, and a mom who throws money in her account regularly. And out of nowhere, Monica wants to know if her daughter has had sex. I find that to be extremely inappropriate. Monica says that she doesn't think anything's wrong with it because Kris Jenner talks about her kids and having sex. Well, you know what? We're not running our lives by Kris Jenner or any of the Kardashians. Like, we are not living like that. And Heather was upset by it, and I would have been upset by it too. You would think that Monica and Whitney and all the rest of the moms on there would have said, listen, it's one thing for us to talk about sex. It's one thing for us to talk about, other things that women talk about. But let's not talk about our children's sex lives. This is not just you and me sitting at the kitchen table. This is you and me, all the girls and all these cameras and the rest of the world, because the Real Housewives are shown everywhere. I'm not going to sit up here and talk about my child's sex life. Like that was just too much. And the fact that Monica couldn't understand that surprised me. I did love when they did the jet skiing, how they were feeding the fish. I thought that was really cute. But then after the jet skiing thing, Monica finds out that her family doesn't want anything to do with her. They send her a text message letting her know that she is not welcome to come visit them. It turns out that her mama, mean Linda, has reached out to them and told them something, and they have decided that Monica is not allowed to come by their place. So she runs off the bus crying, and Lisa Barlow goes to help her. Lisa and her are standing in a nasty bathroom stall, and I don't know why the Bravo people couldn't just focus on the door. Why we had to look at their feet and the nasty floor and that nasty toilet. Bravo cameraman, stop that. Ugh. I think that when she got back on the bus, I was so happy to see that all the girls rallied around her to support her. She needed it clearly. She was in utter tears, and I'm glad that they could all be there to help her, including Lisa. It was nice to see, 1.5 episodes of the two of them actually getting along. Monica felt that she has nobody. And I love it when the rest of the girls told her, yeah, you do. She says that she doesn't have her in-laws. Girl, it's kind of hard for you to have the in-laws. You cheated on their son, and then you had sex with their daughter's husband. No, ma'am. We're here for the kids, but fuck you. I mean, I'm just saying, you wouldn't be welcome here. Not for me, not my family. Anyway, they let her know, you've got your daughters. You're fine. You have a family. She does. She just needs to embrace her own children and, cut her mama off. So anyway, they decided not to let Linda ruin the day. They go to this gorgeous beach. Oh my gosh, the sand, the water, all of it was beautiful. They had a nice picnic out on the beach, a nice little lunch, and then Lisa decides they should play a game of marry, sex, kill, which, I don't know why they do this because Lisa didn't even fully participate, but I do appreciate that she says that she'd like to have, the sex with Idris Elba because I would too. And I think a lot of other people would too. The man is really gorgeous. When are they going to let him be James Bond? Anyway, moving on. I thought it was funny that Heather decided to pick Seth for everything. She would have sex with him, marry him, and kill him for the insurance. I said, damn, Heather, she is a nut. Lisa decides to pull Angie to the side and tell her everything that Monica told her about Meredith and those DMs. I hate to say it, but I think that Lisa was making total sense. I absolutely believe that Meredith is fully behind this. Like I said earlier in this video, if it's not Meredith, it's got to be Jen sending stuff from the prison, but we don't know that. We see Whitney sitting outside reading The Bad Mormon finally, and we'll talk about that a little more at the end of this. Angie talks to Monica and tells her that she wanted to verify the information that Lisa told her. She appreciates that Monica shared the information with Lisa. She's not mad at her for doing so. Monica tells her that she did get a call from Meredith asking if she's got any DMs, and then told her to check her DMs. Lo and behold, a few moments later, she ends up with all these DMs about Angie, which does make it sound like Meredith personally made sure that she checked her DMs and then sent them to her. It does sound like that. And I hope that Meredith can prove that it's not her, but it does, the evidence is stacking up against you, Meredith. Monica has a conversation with her daughter, tells her daughter everything that has happened down there, and her daughter is so mature, so supportive, such a lovely person. I really love the relationship between her and her daughter, and I think that what she should do is just focus on her 4 girls, focus on her grandmother because she loves her grandmother, and focus on herself. Just get rid of Linda. Ignore Linda, set boundaries with Linda, and move on. So Heather comes out. She is wearing her full pirate costume. Lisa comes out with her hoop earrings and her gold belt. She says she went digging for gold. She won. She found the gold. Lisa is not here for the bullshit. She's not wearing any weird costumes. And I thought, they going out in public in these outfits. Whitney comes out and she makes this comment. She thought that her costume came with an eye patch, but they were thongs. And that's in the book. So in The Bad Mormon, Heather tells how she met each one of these women. And in there, she says that she met Whitney through a photo shoot that she did for Whitney, which was a boudoir photo shoot. And Whitney had a thong that looks like an eye patch. And when she made that comment, I said, oh boy, something is about to go down, because why is she saying that? That was right in the book. So I saw the previews for next week, and now I think I know why. So anyway, they end up having dinner at this drop dead gorgeous place. It was a cave. And as soon as they got in there, Whitney says, there bats in here? I would have said the same thing, because if there was, I'm out. I can't do it. But the guy said there was no bats. I didn't see any bats. The place looks amazing. How did they keep the bats out of there? Anyway, moving on. Monica sits down and she wants to start the conversation off. And she says that she felt that she was shamed by asking Heather about her daughter's sex. And you know what? Nobody shamed you. Shut the hell up. Nobody shamed you. What you asked her was inappropriate, period. And you should have just left it there. But then they get into this heated argument. When's the last time everybody had sex? And Heather was acting weird there. Because she's single, it's not fair. I tell you what, single people have the sex all the time. Honey, let me tell you, I'm single. We have the sex. You know what I mean? Stop playing with us. If you don't want to answer the question, just say you don't want to answer the question. If you're not getting any sex, just say, I'm not getting any sex, or I don't want to answer, and move on. I don't know why you and Monica have to have this back and forth over, who's the more single. Okay, you are single, your divorce is final, you went through hell, your divorce is final, gotcha. She is clearly able to sleep with whoever she wants. I mean, she was having the sex with her brother-in-law while she was fully married. Now she is separated. I'm sure she's having the sex. I mean, let that go. That just didn't make any sense to me. Why are y'all fighting over who's more single? And I did not appreciate Heather telling Monica to shut the F up. I think that Heather telling Monica to shut the hell up is absolutely disgusting. It was less than a day ago that you were upset with Whitney for telling you to shut the hell up. You felt that it was absolutely wrong. You are a major hypocrite for doing that. That does not make sense. And why are you so hard on Monica and nobody else? Heather really comes out of her pocket when she talks to Monica. And Monica sat there and shut up. I don't understand that. Why did she sit there and stop talking completely when Heather told her to shut the F up? And then she looked like she wanted to cry. Not me, girl. And I don't understand why Monica does not get it. Your mom has zero boundaries with you. Heather has boundaries with her daughter. She doesn't want to talk about this. Let that go. Her talking to Monica like that pissed me off. It really did. It exposed Heather's character, in my opinion. It was uncalled for to tell her to shut the F up like that. Then this whole thing with Meredith and these DMs.
Well, last year there was DMs going around about Lisa with the SEC filing, and you're the one who brought that up.
It feels almost exactly the same way.
It's pretty obvious that you're doing this behind the scenes.
I'm not doing anything. I'm living my life. I work
my ass off. I don't have time for this.
I've never heard of this.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of what?
Have you ever heard of her claiming bankruptcy or the Greek Mafia?
No.
Look it up. Google me, bitch. I do millions of dollars in business. Millions. I'll give you my social security number, my birthday. Google me. Google my family. There is not on the Katzenabas family.
I believe you sent the DMs. You're lying about this. You're sending her the DMs about Angie, and it's enough. It's done. Meredith, it's done. You're done. We're sick of this. I'm so done with you doing this mean to all of us. Stop it. You did it to Mary. You do it to Jen. You said before Jen even got arrested, she's going to have a RICO case, a racketeering case. What's going to come out about me next? Say it now, because I don't want DMs sent to Monica, Angie, Heather, and Whitney.
Okay, Lisa.
Meredith, I don't give a I'm so over this. I'm so over this.
Nothing to be over. I'm not doing it.
Livid when she told me earlier. You did. Stop doing it. You want to dig up stuff on people? We'll all start doing it, and I will go to the end. Trust me. I'm livid.
Doing anything.
I am livid.
I know it's.
Listen, I think that they were all over Meredith. Lisa lost her shit, and I think Meredith should know by now 100% Lisa Barlow is not your friend. Lisa has not gotten over your SEC comments, the ketamine comments. She has not gotten over any of that. And she clearly has forgotten how she drugged the hell out of not only you, but your entire family. Clearly. I do not know if Meredith sent those DMs, but I am telling you, things look weird. It looks odd. It looks suspicious. But what I can tell you that I know for sure, Lisa Barlow is not Meredith's friend. Lisa, Whitney, and Angie all going hard on her, saying that they believe that they came from her. Lisa telling her to stop. And then Lisa making some kind of comment about her security team will be looking into this. And if she finds one more DM, listen, Meredith said, go for it. Lisa Barlow, I believe you have a security team. Anybody who sits around with 6 lawyers on retainer definitely has a cybersecurity team. I don't know why this woman has a cybersecurity team, but I believe her when she says it. And I personally would like her to put her cyber people on it. Find out who is sending these DMs. If it's Meredith, you're getting sloppy. I'm just saying. Anyway, guys, get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.